Hello, gorgeous humans. Alina Grayson coming to you live on my personal page on Facebook. When you're hopping on live, say hello. If this is your first time catching me live, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Hashtag replay if you're watching this on a replay. So I'm coming to you live to talk to you guys about the order of creation, the order of manifestation. And of course, if you noticed, I did just launch the art of visualization. So we're going to have a little chat about that because that is starting next week. So if you've been pulled to it, which many of you have, I'm so excited. We're going to have an awesome time. So let's talk about visualization for a second. This is something that we hear a lot in the self-development world. This is a huge piece of us creating our new identity, success, performing better. Like, I really believe visualization is the great secret of success. Visualization is the gateway to a new identity, to our new reality, to even improving any aspect of our life. And we've have so many studies to prove this. It's irrefutable now, irrefutable. There we go. So I have, if you're new to my world, I have quantum leaped my entire life. Who you see today is universes apart from who I used to be and where I used to live and the kind of confidence I have. I've quantum leaped my entire life, my house, my finances, this whole business. I live in my dream home. I'm married, well, marrying my dream partner. I have four beautiful kids. I literally live in my dream house. I love my life so much. It has quantum leaped. And truly, it was through visualization, is through the use of my imagination. And I will tell you something. Truly, visualization is my greatest tool in business. This is how I literally manifest clients, testimonials, podcast interviews, summits, was featured in a magazine. It was all through this, and it was so accurate. And sometimes it blew my socks off, but it all started in my mind. I saw it before it became a reality in my 3D reality, right? Every podcast I have, every client, even the way clients buy, even the way that they write testimonials. Like, I was visualizing the other day testimonials and I received two. And I'm like, this is insane how accurate this works, how powerful this is. And I really believe visualization is like the effortless way to success. It's like the effortless way to creation. It is truly the path of least resistance. You are more productive visualizing for 15 minutes than working 5 hours and hustling and pushing. And almost every successful person, if you ever read their stories, if you really like learn from them, they will tell you they saw it in their mind first. They use visualization. And we have prestigious schools, Ivy League schools like Harvard, who have studied successful people who say like they all use visualization. And they've done so many studies about this, like people who never played the piano, but then they mentally rehearsed it and then they could do it. They have literally studies of three groups of people who play basketball, and they would have them play basketball and then they would measure where they're at, and then they split them into three groups. One group of people would actually just continue to play basketball every day for an hour. Other group was just to visualize it, and then the other group were to do both. And the people who practiced were just as similar as the people who never practiced, but only practiced by visualizing it in their mind. Like, why are we not using this? Why are we not talking about this more? Like, it's the effortless way to create success in our life. And so I created the art of visualization, although I'll tell you, I don't call it visualization. I have a better name for it. Because sometimes when people think visualizing, they're like projecting something in the future. But if you believe it's going to happen in the future, then it won't happen here. So I have a whole different name for it. But mainstream wise, I call it the art of visualization. But once you hear the name and I actually show you how to do this, because the reason a lot of people aren't doing it, even though it's been studied and it's irrefutable that it is so proven to work, to achieve success, to manifest, to change your identity, to help you perform better. A lot of people will say like it's either too hard, they don't know how to visualize, it's too hard for them, it's either too easy or they're overcomplicating it. I have the way. I have the way, and it's going to be taught to you if you decide to come into this. And right now is a great time. It's on pre-sale for $33, and it'll be the best $33.33 that you'll ever spend. But it will go up on Sunday too. I think we'll triple the price by then. But this is a one-day transmission. I'm going to teach you how to do this. And it's not complicated and it gets to be easy. And yes, we're going to work with emotions because there are emotions involved in manifesting, but everything starts in your mind. And listen, like I can go on and on, but visualization is so powerful, so many reasons. Like even Harvard and different cognitive studies have proven that it actually is also a really powerful way to reprogram your brain. It actually, the more people visualize something, they have already studied neurologists that it is literally recreating new neurons, new pathways. They are effectively performing better by visualizing and not to get to quantum, but I will give you a really cool quantum conversation in this transmission. You're going to learn the how. That's like the most important thing, but I love to give context because I study quantum physics a lot. And the thing we do in visualization is that we are literally connecting our consciousness to a parallel reality and tuning into the frequency of the version who is already there. Because there, if you maybe don't understand, maybe this could be a little bit too much for you. But anyways, I'm going to simplify everything. But there are multiple realities. The reality of the woman of you, the version of you that has everything you've ever wanted, it already exists. And visualization connects our consciousness and frequency to that version. You are introducing that frequency to your energy when you visualize. And this is how we become an energetic match, the law of vibration. This is how we do it. So there are so many different angles of why visualization is the gateway to the reality that you desire, the version of you that you desire, quantum, like neurology, like all the things. But here's a really cool, interesting thing that I thought about. Einstein says that you cannot solve the problems that you have with the same mind that created them, which is true. But when you visualize and you're tuning into the frequency and the version of you that has the things that you want, that is free of whatever problems that you're, working through right now, when you are visualizing, you're in a different mind. You are literally embodying the frequency, the version of you that has the things. And so when we're in that state, this is how we channel ideas. This is how we channel solutions because you can't channel solutions with the mind that created them, but you can when you do visualization. Like if you think about it, we couldn't fly as a species, and people thought that it would be insane to imagine that we'd be machines flying, but the Wright brothers, they wondered about it. They flirted with the impossibility. They saw it in their mind, and because they saw it in their mind, they were tuning into the frequency, into the mind of the version of them who was flying in the sky. The idea how to build the plane came through, but it was only through visualization. And people thought they were delusional, but they believed. They tuned in, and then the ideas came through. The Wright brothers flirted with the impossibility. They used their mental faculties to visualize those ideas. And I was reading the story, and it was at one point, they're experimenting with building these different machines. And, with trial and error, sometimes it doesn't work at the beginning. So they were making a lot of failures. And one of the brothers was like, oh, I don't know. And the other one's like, no, I see it in my mind. I see us flying in this machine and it's effortless. We got this. Don't worry. I've seen it in my mind traveling in the sky. And they created it. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, gorgeous humans. Sorry, I can't see you guys. Hello, Dominique. So they were able to tap into a different mind, a different frequency. And all right, this is the big part of it. Okay, let's get a little esoteric here, but this is the order of creation. If you have not yet watched my manifestation experiment masterclass that I did at the beginning of this month, I highly recommend doing that because this is going to be next level, what I'm about to say. But there is an order of creation. And all manifestation and transformation, it really does start with our mind, the mental faculty. Our mind is the bridge, is the portal between the spiritual realm and the 3D physical realm, right? Everything is vibrating. And so physical things are a lower form of consciousness. Then we have the mental plane, the physical. We don't just exist on the physical plane. We have a mental plane. And the mental plane, our ability to imagine, to visualize, is the bridge to the spiritual plane. And so this is really interesting, but I was contemplating this the other day, but you know how we say our dominant thoughts create our life? But have you ever thought about the fact that when you're thinking thoughts, you're not thinking words? You're thinking in pictures. You're thinking in images. We think in pictures. And so it's not that your thoughts or words, like it's the dominant pictures, the dominant imagination that you're constantly thinking about is what you're actually manifesting. And so our mental faculty, our ability to visualize, to imagine is the first step to creation because it's the bridge. It's our ability to create images, and that's how we bring form into the 3D physical realm. Okay. So in the universe, we have the quantum spiritual realm, which is the highest form of consciousness. This is like the order of creation. Then we have the mental plane, which is our ability to connect with the higher form of consciousness. And then we have the physical plane, right, which is the lowest form of consciousness. So, where does this mental plane leave us? It's like this is the bridge, guys. This is the bridge between the spiritual and the physical. This is how we get ideas. This is how we get intuitive nudges. This is how we connect to God consciousness. Hello, Marie. I'm so happy you're here, right? And this is why we are so different than other species on our planet is what distinguishes us is the fact that we have this mental faculty. We have been given higher faculties. These are our creative faculties that connect us with God, that bring things into the physical realm. We've been gifted with creativity, intellectual thinking. This is why in the Bible it says you are made in the image of God. You were given mental faculties such as your imagination, your ability to visualize, to see images. We have reasoning, we have memory foresight. We are able to project into the future. Like if you were just a physical body, you would not be having ability to have memories, to have desires, to have creativity, right? So let me remind you, you are not just a physical being, okay? You are having a human experience, but you are also spiritual. And the thing that connects us, that brings in the manifestation, that takes this empty space, matter that we have all around us, to create into physical form, into things that materialize, we do that with our mind. And that's how we connect with the higher form of God consciousness. You know, you could not think, you would not be able to imagine, express love, feel love, breathe, think if you were just this physical body. You have life force energy running through you. You've got consciousness running through you. You are existing on a mental plane. You are connecting with God consciousness. And this is how we get ideas, possibilities, right? Whenever you're thinking like, I don't know how to do something, visualize yourself doing it. Visualize yourself being the version of you that has already solved the problems and then all of a sudden the ideas come. But everything started in someone's mind. The iPhone, Steve Jobs saw it in his mind. Planes, the Wright brothers, everything we have, we created in our mind first. So we are the vessel. The mind is the portal. We are the bridge. And everybody's like, it's too hard, or I don't know how, or it doesn't work. That's bullshit. You are thinking in pictures all the time. You're manifesting dominant things. So, the art of visualization, there's a different name, okay? And you're gonna learn that in the program and it's gonna like make sense. And this is probably why sometimes you have a hard time doing it. But we're gonna work with emotions because when you can do emotional work with the visualization, this is how we pull things. This is how we materialize things. This is a 1 day transmission. This is about 3 hours long. You do not have to be live with me. There will be a replay. It will be lifetime access. I'm going to take you through the order of creation. We're going to talk about energetics and we're going to learn how to actually visualize. And it's not complicated and it gets to be easy. But a lot of things that even I'm reading online, they're not teaching it in the right way. I'm going to teach you something that's going to blow your socks off. This is the thing. This is my number one business tool. Every client that I manifested, and even the way they buy, the kind of testimonials they write, I saw it in my mind. I visualized it. I used my imagination. Every idea like that I have for content, for programs, came through visualization. I manifested Adam, this house, the exact trees in my backyard, the Colorado Bruce Springs, like they're my favorite. I saw that in my mind from a low income apartment where I was like struggling as a single mom, but I saw it in my mind. Everything we have on the planet, besides nature, because God created nature, but then we took nature and created pens and paper and all that, but it all started in the mind. If you're capable of flirting with the impossible in your mind, you are going to create everything you ever wanted. This is the way we shift identity. This is how you rewire your brain. Go read some Harvard studies. This is how you increase your performance to become better at things. Like this is going to be extraordinary. So it's 1 day, June 25th. So next Thursday, it'll be about 3 hours long. Like I said, you don't have to be there. I will have the replay for you guys. If you're in the We Go First membership, it's part of that, but it will go up in price to 111 on Sunday, and then 222 will be the final price. Right now, it's $33.33. If you need more context, if you need more information, you can come into my DMs. I'll be happy to explain anything to you, but you got to trust. If you're feeling the pull, let's go. Because this is what I use to build my business. This is what I use to shift my identity. This is what I use to solve problems, to come up with concepts. Hello, Jamie. And if you feel like someone needs to hear this, tag them, share this video. We're starting next week. So if you need a link, message me. It's also in my bio. If you're watching this on YouTube, go to the comments below, like and subscribe. We're going to start working on our YouTube this year. But I'm really excited about this. I have an angle that will blow your socks off. And we're really going to talk about focus attention. So if you looked at the trailer, there's a beautiful analogy with the projector. And I'm going to explain this to you because sometimes you can visualize, but your light's not focused and it's all over the place. So we're going to get focused. We're going to learn how to do this. I'm going to give you the strategy. I'm going to give you the energetics. We're going to work the emotion. We're going to create the wish fulfilled dreams that we desire and pull it in. You have mental faculties for a reason. This is the portal. This is the connection. This is what brings things to us. This is how we materialize. This is how we connect with God, universe, source. And it's not complicated and it doesn't have to be long. I have your back. I'm going to explain it all to you. So June 25th, we're opening the doors. It'll be a 1-day live transmission. If there's time left over after, I'm happy to answer questions and riff on any other things that you guys want me to. But like I said, you'll have access to this replay for life. And if you're in the We Go First membership, this is the part of the July course. So thank you for being here. I saw a bunch of you hopping on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you feel like someone needs to hear this and join this, please share. This price is insane. And I am someone that always over delivers. So who knows what else can come through before there. But I have the most incredible things to teach you. So I love you. I hope you have a beautiful day. And I will see you next week for those of you jumping. Hello, Kimberly. You're already in, by the way, because you're in Coach Bundle. So if you're in the Coach Bundle, you're also in. Okay. Have a beautiful day, guys. I will check the comments. If you need a link, DM us or just go right into my bio in the link tree and you'll find the link there. Have a beautiful day and I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.